everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and today we continue our Waldorf inspired main lesson block on the letters. Today we're working on the letter Y, and it stands for Yathrib, which is the name of the city of Medina prior to the migration of the Prophet ﷺ from Mecca to Medina. Alright, so today's lesson is going to include the drawing, a recap of the story, some grammar, some games, some handwriting, a couple other activities. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You can do that one. You can pretty much do all of them because we're down to the last two letters. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. You're going to start by picking, you already started picking a few of the letters. That will be our review. Yep, go ahead. You can pick the rest of the letters. And we're going to review the...
Oh, did I pick two Y's?
You did? Uh-oh. Well, that's not going to work because we're doing Y today.
Look.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, grab a couple of different ones. So we're going to do a review of the letters, 5 letters, 5 stories, but I also want us to review the last 5 stories. So the last 5 stories and also 5 random stories.
10.
Yes, I know, we used to review that much. So pick another letter because X was part of the last 5 stories. So the last 5 stories, X, W, V, U, and T. So go ahead and pick another of those letters. Okay, very good. All right. So let's start with... Yeah, I know. But we'll skip other things. So let's start with F. Can you remind me of the story that we did with F? Can you stand up here, baby cakes? Prophet, tell me again?
Prophet Ibrahim went and built all the idols.
Prophet Ibrahim salam when he broke all the idols and was thrown into the fire. Thank you. G. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I had one more question for you. The letter that we did then, or the word rather that we did then, was fire. Do you remember how to spell fire?
F-A... Sorry. F. There's an... Oh, can I see the letters?
Do you want to see it? Do you want to pick the letters out so that sometimes it's easier to do that?
Okay, F. Where's the F? F. There's an I. There's an R and there's an A. Wait, A? I think there's an A.
A lot of the letters that end words are silent E's. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's sit down there. Okay, so the letter G. Do you remember the word for G?
Gust.
Gust, like gust of wind.
So this was Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. I'm sorry.
The descendants of Prophet Nuh.
Prophet Hud alayhi salam.
Yep.
When he went and tried to warn the people and they didn't listen. So
Well, tell me which people are they?
people of
Ad.
Ad.
People of Ad.
Had when they went and they didn't listen, so there's a great windstorm.
Yeah.
The
So
only
it
people that
does.
didn't get a punishment
Were
the people-
Ayub's people?
or he didn't warn the people.
Well, all the prophets warned the people. That was always their job.
And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go on to M.
Was Prophet Saleh
Yes, Prophet Saleh.
when he went and warned people again.
So, what city was this? Do you remember?
No, but the people of that mood.
Yeah, I believe it's the people of Thamud. Maybe they also had a city. Was it the city of Iran? I'm confused now. I thought it was the people of Thamud was the name of the city. But anyway, can you tell me what happened? What was the miracle that Prophet Saleh alayhi salam brought to his people?
She-camel that was birthed right away.
Yes, a she-camel that gave birth right away. And where did she emerge from?
The mountain, and then they killed her.
Yes.
And then they didn't listen, and then there was a windstorm. I mean, not a windstorm, what do you call that?
I believe it was an earthquake. Mm-hmm. All right. O.
O was for Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
When Mariam had a baby without a husband.
Correct. And where did she give birth to that baby? And who was that baby?
Isa alayhi salam.
Prophet Isa alayhi salam. And where did she give birth to him?
In a palm grove.
Very good. The letter P.
Letter P was for Prophet Ayub. When he went and like he had all this stuff, and then they got taken away, and his sons died, and his things died.
Well, okay, so he had many blessings, but then one by one those blessings were taken away. It was a test.
One by one they came back.
And at the very, very end of his life, you're right, they did come back. Okay, so we are on to the letter T. Let's do the last 5 letters that we've done so far. T.
Prophet Musa alayhi salam.
Prophet Musa alayhi salam.
When he found the burning tree, but it wasn't actually burning.
That's right, it wasn't actually burning. So what was it?
A fire tree.
Well, it was a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh wait, hold on. It was a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what happened in that area? What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say to him?
Strike your staff.
And what
You're
happened
a
when
prophet.
Yes, and what happened when he struck his staff to the ground?
A snake. A snake.
It turned into a snake. Do you remember how to spell tree? Oh, think of the last sound that you hear. Tree.
Tree. E?
Yes. And for tree, you're going to have 2 E's.
Wait, there's an E, right? Wait, yeah, there's an E. I need another E. Is that the last letter?
Yeah, that's it. Just
Oh,
this.
so this letter makes this letter.
No, when you have 2 E's together, you get the E sound.
Yeah, but if there's like a whole word, like 4 letters, and there's an E like right in the middle, then it makes, I think, the first letter, the letter right next to it, the letter the first letter or the letter right next to it, it makes the sound its sound. So like if you make like something like this, can you spell a letter that has 4 with an E in it? That kind of has the E like right there.
Oh, do you, like, if you do this and this, then you end up with B? Like, is that what you mean?
Like, put it right here, put a B right there, and then what other letters can, like how can you make a letter that has an E right there, a letter and a letter and a letter that spells something?
Oh, okay. So,
you need an E.
Let's see. How about met?
You have 4 letter, I think. I think that's how you do it. I think you need, like, if that goes there, then, no, wait, here. If this was like this, then this letter would make this letter.
Oh, I see what you're
this
saying.
letter.
Okay. Okay, so you're thinking like this, but this spells might, but not correctly. So let me find, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So, and then.
Hold on, I can make a word for you. This is...
Just put like an R right there for now.
Well, you can't.
Then
okay. It's like this, and this is I don't like using this word right now, but this spells... Can you spell it? Well, remember the E is going to make this letter sound like its own sound.
A.
Yeah.
That makes A, so 8. 8. Hate.
Hate. Yeah, I don't like that word. So let's do, let's just trade out the F.
So now what does that spell?
What does it spell?
I don't like the A, so A. Fate?
Yeah.
Fate, what is that?
Fate, that's like what's going to happen that you don't have control over. It's just that Allah wills it. Okay, how about we do, hold on, I got another one for you. Ah, yes, that's a word.
What does that say?
Sound it out.
Does E make that one A?
Mm-hmm, yep.
So, 8. 8.
8.
8.
Like I ate breakfast. How about this one?
Rate. Rate.
Rate. Like I got a really good rate.
Like grade.
Try this one, and then I go.
Made. Sorry, not made. Mate.
Yeah, mate. Some of these words you don't know. How about try this one, and then I will grab one more for you.
Latte.
Okay, well remember this E, you're not going to be able to hear it because it's giving all of its sound to the A.
Oh, right, so you don't count it. That's
yeah.
What it said that. I'm trying to forgot. So, late.
Yeah, let's not be late today.
Huh?
Let's not be late today. I don't want to be late. Okay, try this last word.
Day.
Well, finish sounding it out.
Date.
Yeah. Like the date palms. Okay, very nice. Alright, so let's go over you.
And you also can do this. Wait, no, I don't have an E in it. Oh,
yeah.
You can do a she. And then H. Where's an H? Where's an H? Yeah, there's an H. You can also do this. S. Wait, that spells she, so how can you do that?
Because S and H together make an... Can you tell me about the you story?
Yeah. When he was doing Hijrah, they were all waiting out for him.
In Qubba and then in Medina, they all waited for the Prophet ﷺ's arrival. And then...
This is V for valley.
Which valley is this?
Safan.
Well, the valley of what city? The city of what is in this valley? Well, look at it. Tell me what city has that.
Oh, the valley of...
What city?
The valley of Mecca?
Yeah! That's what... Oh, tell me about what happened. What did they... What is the story behind this?
When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he...
What did he do? What happened to the Kaaba?
Oh yeah, it got broken and then they used wood and everyone wanted to like put the thingy in.
So the Kaaba was damaged and they needed to rebuild it. But
Yeah,
when they
there's black stone and they wanted
yes,
to put it on.
but before they finished rebuilding the Kaaba, they decided that they wanted to put a roof on the Kaaba. And so where did they get the wood from? This is the desert. It's very difficult to get wood.
Boat.
What kind of boat?
Roman boat.
A Greek boat, yeah, and it had run ashore, and so run aground, and so they salvaged wood from the Greek ship, Greek boat, and they were able to use it for the roof of the Kaaba. And then they all argued about where the lifting the black stones, so the Prophet ﷺ helped with that.
Is this water on top of it, or water like this? Kind of like where the thing is just like...
So the whale is coming out of the water in order to get...
Is it like this, the whale?
Yeah.
Or like this, and there's water on top of him?
It's trying to come up this way.
Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, when he left his people, and then he took a boat, and he got thrown into the water, and then people, then a whale swallowed him.
And then X marks the spot on a map. Not very creative, but you know, it works. You're so cute. It's hard to find words that start with X, and the words that start with X usually sound like Z, but the words that start with EX sound a little bit more like X. Like exactly, exceptional.
This was Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when was traveling to the place, and he met.
What place?
I forgot what it was called.
Da'if. There was the tribe of Thaqif. Thaqif was the tribe that he was going to see.
Well, they were very mean to him, and then he stopped at a wide place.
A vineyard. And he was taken care of by whom?
A servant.
All right,
yes,
so
we're done.
Yeah, we're done with that. So let's put this aside, and we'll do our... You want to do a game or grammar?
Grammar.
Okay, let's see what we're up to in grammar. We are doing lesson 32.
Story?
And this is family relationships.
Is it a story?
So, no, don't turn the page to because I don't know what's written. I'll do that. The following day has picture study. We can do 2 lessons if you'd like.
Sure.
We can do 2 stuff.
But then it's not exciting for the next.
I'm sorry. Then we can just do 1 today. All right, so family relationships and living things. The names of animals are common nouns, but some animals have special proper names. All right, so a cat and a dog, that's a common noun. But if your dog was named Skip, then Skip would be a proper noun. Okay, we don't have any pets, so we haven't named any of our pets.
Oh, so we're gonna have a horse.
Sure, what would you name your horse?
I can't name it. It's horseback riding.
Okay, well, suppose you bought a horse. What would you name your horse?
What color it was, I would name it like Blackie or Brownie or something like that.
Really? So if it's a brown horse, you're gonna name your brown horse Brownie?
I don't know.
Really? I thought you had a whole list of names for your horses. Let's see.
But there's more brownies everywhere or something, so it wouldn't be a proper noun.
All right, so I'm sorry?
If I had a horse named Brownie, there'd be other horses that would be Brownie in the world, so...
Oh, it's okay. It's still that proper noun because it only belongs to that particular horse. Even if other people are named Hannah, they are not me. I'm still Hannah. So I'm a proper noun for me. All right, so I am supposed to write down a sentence to show you the difference between common and proper nouns of pets, and I'm not going to do that.
Why?
Well, because I am going to do something different. So, remember how we talked about common names of people like mother, father, sister, brother, grandmother, and grandfather, aunts, uncles, and cousins? These words could mean people in anyone's family. Today we're going to name the special proper names of these people in our family. And so what we're going to do is talk about all the names of the people in our family, and we're going to talk about their proper names. But since I'm going to do that later, we can do this now. If you'd like to do this, this is the pet shop, and this is picture narration.
Yes.
Look at all the animals.
There's only 2.
Really?
Wait, there's 3.
There are 3 animals?
That's what I see.
Okay.
But how many are there?
Well...
Well, I see 5.
Mmm.
Those are 6. 6 animals.
The boy in the picture likes animals. What do you think his special proper name is?
Mark.
Mark, okay.
Wait.
Yes, his name could be that. Well, I think when the boys did this, they called him Johnny Jackson. They called him Johnny Jackson. But Mark could be his name too. His name...
Mark, so I don't forget it?
Sure.
Johnny Jackson? Johnny Jackson?
But his actual name is Eric. Eric is his name. Eric is in a store where pets are sold. There are many kinds of pets here at the store. What kind of animals do you see?
Dogs, ducks. Aren't those ducks?
Mm-mm. That looks like an aquarium.
I can't see. Oh, I know I see it. I thought that was outside. Well, I see a fish.
Can you point to the bird?
Where's the bird? Wait, that's in the thing. That's not a bird.
No, I know. There's a bird to the right of that.
Oh, I see the bird.
Yeah, there's the bird. Bird is a common noun because it...
What is that animal?
That's a coral.
Then there's only 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bird is a common noun because it is the name of an animal. This bird is not for sale. He belongs to the owner of the pet store. The owner named the bird. What do you think the special proper name of that bird is?
What did the boys name it?
I will find out in a little bit. But what do you...
something?
No. What do you think is the name of that bird?
I don't know. What do you think it's the...
Well, the book is asking me to ask you, so you're going to have to come up with an answer first. Otherwise, I can't continue reading this and have it make sense.
Tegan. It kind of does not look like.
Tegan? Okay. I'm going to call the bird Ladybug. Okay. Yes, it could be that. But the bird's real name is Tweets because he goes tweet, 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 tweet all day long. There are also fish. How many fish do you see?
1.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I thought the bubbles were the fish. Yeah, there's 1 fish there. Do you see any other fish? Yeah, there are 2 fish.
Yes, that one.
I know. It's very clever that they made it so, camouflaged. How many fish do you see?
2.
There are 2 fish. 1 is hiding behind the castle. The fish do not belong to anybody yet. They are for sale. Fish is the common noun because it is the name of a thing. I bet when someone buys the fish, he will give them special proper names. What special proper names would you give the fish?
Blowy and Puffy.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what Grandma and Grandpa used to name their animals?
What?
Cat 1 and Cat 2.
What's that?
It's just because we're not that creative when it comes to names. So
you guys had pets?
Yeah. Not when I lived at home. We had a rabbit, but
really?
We didn't. Yeah, but we didn't name our pets usually. I don't know why.
Well, what did you name your rabbit?
We didn't name him. It was just our rabbit.
Then what was
he was
the name
gray and
for?
really fluffy. Oh, people name their pets. I don't know. We just didn't. And so Grandpa would call the cats Cat 1 and Cat 2. And when he was calling the cats, he'd say, Cat 1. And we just were laughing because it's so silly.
Wait, what is your bunny girl or boy?
I don't remember.
Did it die?
It did. It was a long time ago. Okay, so I don't think Eric will name the fish. He is interested in something else. In what animal is Eric interested?
The dogs.
The dogs. They look like puppies. That's right. He is interested in the dog. Dog is a common noun because it is the name of an animal. The dog likes Eric. See how he's sniffing Eric's hand? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Eric is petting him very gently. Eric is wishing that he could take this dog home to be his pet. Eric has already given this dog a special proper name. The dog's special proper name is Jack. This dog is named Jack. Jack has a sister. She is lying.
I want to name it.
Okay, you can name the sister. Can you point to Jack's sister?
Her name.
Jack's sister does not have a special proper name yet. What would you name her if you could?
Tissy.
Tissy. If I could give her a special name, I would name her Sally. That's what the author said. What is Sally doing?
Looks like she's chewing on something.
Yeah, that's exactly what the author said. She is chewing on something. Maybe it is a special dog chew toy or a piece of blanket. Do you see a blanket anywhere?
Yes. Box.
Can you point to it? Yeah, the blanket is in the box. It looks like a soft and cuddly blanket. Why do you think there is a blanket in the box?
For the dogs.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. It is for the dogs. They can sleep in the box when they get tired. Do you think Eric will be able to take Jack home?
No.
I don't know if he'll be able to or not. He will have to ask his parents. I hope that Eric and Jack go home together. They really seem to be good friends.
Is that the end?
That's the end. Okay.
Now we can only play these two.
You want to play 2 games?
Yeah. I mean, I would play this game, but it's just so long.
Yeah, well, how about, and we played Math Lotto last time, so we won't play that. How about we can start that one, just play it for a couple minutes?
If you want.
No? Okay.
I don't have to set
That's
it
okay.
up.
No, don't worry about it. Then we can do
I want all
Go
the
Fish
time
and Alphabet Bingo.
Me and Grandma played, and I won all those times.
Really? Do you want to call out the...
Because I want to try to guess them.
Okay, so you want to guess them?
How about have 3 this time?
Oh my gosh,
And
okay.
and you had to make bingo on all 3.
Okay.
But are you like, okay with that?
Because it's going to be challenging.
Okay. Yeah, I want purple. No, yeah. No, I want you to have all one color there.
Oh, thanks. That's really pretty. Can we fit them all in here? Oh, that's really pretty.
My other color?
Okay, let's see. Can you fit them all in
there?
there?
Do you have another thingy? There's only 6. Let me see here. Oh, I have a good. How about we will make it another color? How about you make it pink?
Okay, I'm going to do mine.
And wait, I can take this blue and then we can do this purple kind of, and then this pink.
Okay, sure.
And you can do like pink on this side, like pink, purple, pink.
I will, but I got to put it up here so that everybody can see everything. Okay? And then you put yours right here. Oh. Well, that's going to be tight, but we'll see what we can do. Unless you can put yours right. Can you do it like this?
Sure, I know.
That way everybody can see as we play the game, and if they want to play along with us, they can play along with us. Okay. Alright, so I will call out the sound, and you tell me the letter, okay?
I'm having 3. Kite.
Very good. Oh gosh, I need to find my kites now.
Wait, I got car, kite. 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 You had to have bingo on all of them.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be hard. Okay, next word. Lion. Very good.
Don't put your thing on there because I know it. Look, I had lion on all 3 of them.
Oh wow.
Swing.
Swing.
See, I got it.
All right.
Unicycle.
Oh yeah, or yo-yo.
What do you mean yo-yo?
Oh, not unicycle. I apologize. Like yarn.
Yarn then.
Or yo-yo.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh, this one is yarn. See, the games have different words that they...
Wait, yarn too? Oh my god.
I put yarn over there for you. Okay, like queen. Oh, sorry, I said the word.
Yeah, queen.
Or quarter.
Quarter.
Wait a minute, I don't have a quarter on any of mine. Right? Wow.
Toothbrush. How many toothbrushes do you have?
I got 2 toothbrushes.
I got 2
Like apple.
No.
Some of the vowels I have to tell you because they're a little bit more challenging.
No, I know the vowels.
Okay, sorry. Like anchor. A like anchor. Sorry. Car.
You could also do s. That makes it harder.
Yeah. Well. G. 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 Like
Great.
grapes.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to finish.
We may not be able to. We'll see. J, like
Jellyfish.
jellyfish.
Oh, bingo! Well,
No way.
With one of them.
Okay, good. I have bingo with one of them too.
With the jellyfish?
No, I had it before. I just didn't pay attention because I don't have bingo for all of them. Like elephant. Huh, I don't think I have an elephant.
One more bingo, and then two more. Like I do this, and then I want another bingo done.
Well, you're gonna get that bingo now because it's
Watermelon.
Like watermelon.
And I'm almost done. I just need 2 more down to rocket.
Rocket.
Rocket. House.
House.
I don't have a house in your mind.
No way.
Do you have a house on your mind?
I got 2 houses.
Fire.
And
What do they put it as?
Flower.
Flower. Oh, I got a big one.
You know what? Didn't we do swing before?
yeah.
I believe we had swing before. And you have house up here.
Oh.
You're missing yours, young lady. You missed some. Okay.
Oh, look! Bingo!
No
Look,
way.
Bingo.
Do you have anything for
Yeah.
Well,
Now I got a bingo again.
Wow.
And yeah.
Very nice.
No. I mean, yeah. Wait. I mean, now let's play again. I do it.
Okay.
I want to flip mine over. Look, mine are all orangey. Flip yours over.
Really? Oh, here, let's trade.
Yeah,
How about you take this orange and I'll take this green?
Yeah, I have the yellows and the orange.
I like the greens.
I
Here,
like
how about you put this one
the
here?
pink, purple.
That way we can all see it. Okay, is that good? Okay, yeah, so go ahead.
I want to make sure you can't see it.
Okay, I won't look.
That one. And I can't pick mine. I'm just looking. I'm not even looking at mine. I'm just looking at these. That one I don't like me. Aha! This one. Wait, do I have one?
Like kite?
X.
Oh, X, like xylophone.
No.
Oh.
No, I mean yes, but not like Z.
I know. So you have Z like xylophone, and then you have X like exactly, in other words. X. Yeah, that's a, because some letters have multiple sounds.
That one. No, that one too. Ooh.
Lion. Violin. Like elephant? Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like ice cream?
Mm-hmm. Oopsies.
I'll get it. I don't think I have ice cream.
Ice cream there. Ice cream. Might be under the tea.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Again. I want to pick one. But no, I like this one. Z.
Zebra.
If we hadn't done xylophone, yeah, you could have picked zebra.
Mm-hmm. Pinwheel. Oh, I have 1 pinwheel. 2 pinwheels.
I have
3 pinwheels. I went from thinking I had none to having 3.
I have 0. I only have 1.
Mm. Like octopus or owl.
Did you already do C yet?
I don't think so. Child, you are not supposed to go through them and choose. They're supposed to be random.
I'm not choosing them.
No,
I don't even know which one I'm having.
Yeah, yeah, just start calling them out.
B.
Like B?
You see, I only have 2 B's.
You have a B right here too. Don't be looking at 2. Like apple or anchor.
Can you give me some?
Yeah. Do you want more?
Okay.
Oh, did you say k?
Oh, I did?
You did. You just started putting it down.
Oh.
It's okay. I saw you put it on k.
Oh, wait, let me get another one.
Excuse me. Yep, you have one more. Nest.
Do I have nest?
How funny. I don't see it. And I only had... Oh, I do. There's one right there. And I only had one nest also.
Yeah.
Yarn.
Wait, how do I do this?
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Oh, I had 3 umbrellas. It must have been rainy. Oh, huh. I have a bingo here and a bingo here. 2 on the same one.
Bingo right there.
And you also have it diagonal too. Toothbrush. Bingo here.
Toothbrush bingo here.
Oh, you only need grapes and then or anchor. Hey, wait, we do have anchor. Anchor, yeah, we already had A.
Oh, I won.
So you won.
Do
Twice.
you want to play again?
No, it's okay. I don't have to win this one.
Do you want to play like again? Do another bingo?
No, it's okay. We can play the next game. Because it's Juma today, and we gotta finish this lesson before we go to Juma.
Now we do our drawing.
Oh, we have one more game. Do you want to play Go Fish?
Nah, let's just do the lesson. Look, orange, yellow thing.
I love those colors.
My favorite color is turquoise. Isn't it called turquoise?
Yeah, turquoise, jade, aqua. They're all part of the same blue-green family.
Blue and green make turquoise. These are turquoise. Like, I like the, not the dark turquoise, the light turquoise.
Okay. So, if you want, we can play one quick game of Go Fish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So then, let's go ahead and do our drawing.
And then we do letters, and then we're done. Yeah. Not really quick. R with the face.
Okay.
I feel like R we did less. I feel like we only did a drawing for R. Guess which one is mine?
Oh, which one?
I know which one I'll use.
The one and this one.
How do you know?
Because it's a little bit nicer and less used. I think this was... I'll take this one. This one was our first one, I think. Okay.
Well, I don't have
Beautiful.
P on here.
Oh, wait. Did I make a mistake? Oh, my goodness. I apologize. There you go. Okay.
X marks the spot. We have W. X marks the spot.
Okay. So,
Can you do this?
yeah. What side do you want to draw on?
How about we draw on this side? Wait. We draw. It's like this. Yeah, I want to draw on this side, so it's kind of like you don't you have the line and you don't know which line is what.
Sure. Okay. So, put this up here, and we can start by drawing a mountain range, but we want to be mindful of the mountain range that we are drawing. And
dust erased all of this stuff and just drew.
Yes, you are correct. I did repurpose.
It also makes a Y right there.
Yes, that was by
and a Y right there, and a Y right there, and a Y right there, and a Y right there.
Well, you're just an expert at finding all those Y's. Boy, this crayon is so old that the paper is just... Sure, I don't want to take all the paper off. I just want to take a little bit of the paper off. Okay, maybe in the meantime we can use this one. It's okay, it's enough. Okay, so we are going to draw this mountain range. So the first thing I want to do, it's okay, baby cakes, it's okay. Thank you so much. We're going to use this one as well.
But for stick.
We're going to use them. So I'll do it first.
We have to do sky, so we have to put it down here.
Yeah, we're going to do one mountain range like this, and then like this. Yours looks very nice. Okay, very beautiful. So, next we want to kind of highlight that part of the mountain range because there's going to be a setting sun coming right.
And that's the Y.
And then it's going to come all the way down to the center of the city.
Okay, that's the Y.
That's the Y. Okay. Very nice. And
why not another color? Well,
there's
no line in here in the real, so why are you doing a line?
You're right. There isn't a line in the real city, but if you look carefully, you may see the sun peeking right up in the horizon, right between the two mountain ranges, and illuminate down into the valley. So it's possible. So I'm going to use
here.
Okay, so what you can do... Oh, sorry, not that way, baby cakes. If you want to, you can go this way. That's more like how it would look. So I would kind of color this in so you don't really see it like that. Okay, so you may use your stick or your block. If you use your stick, you have to go very... Oh, that's much nicer with the block. And then... maybe I'll borrow your block. That's really, really beautiful. And then we can do these mountains in the background. Beautiful.
Are we going to do the setting sun first?
Yeah, let's do the setting sun first, because that's really beautiful and kind of easy to do.
Where's my other brown stick?
I have it. Here you go. Okay, so for the setting sun, we can do yellow right in the bottom part.
Got all the colors out.
Oh, wonderful. And then I'm going to do this gold and yellow. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Do the setting sun from here, sweetheart. Oh, just in the center there. Just in the center. So you can see it setting just like this. And then you've got the other colors kind of coming in. So I've got the gold and yellow, and then this orange.
And then we do that everywhere.
Yeah. A few weeks ago we had a setting sun that looked just like this across the horizon. It was really beautiful.
In our couch?
Yeah, in our family room. It looked just this brilliant, and I was so happy that we had drawn setting sun in our drawing that looked just like the actual setting sun that we saw. I was so pleased.
Then we do
Now you can bring in some of the red a little bit lower, and you can bring some of the orange a little bit lower, because it's not always like perfectly in these bands. You also sometimes see the colors kind of mix up into each other, and it makes it really beautiful.
Red and red. And we have purple. Then we have purple. Like this.
Sure, that's really beautiful.
And we also have blues.
The blue might be tough to add in at the top, so I might advise that you skip the blue. Yeah, and just keep it at the very, very top. I wouldn't, when you add purple into the yellow, you're going to distort the color quite a bit. The red and the purple go well together, and the blue, but it doesn't look so good when you add it to the yellow. Okay, so next we're going to, I'm going to give this to you in a minute, but I'm going to use this across the whole desert, and very lightly. Do you see how light this is? You can barely even see it. And then we can put our houses, our tents, and our palm groves on top of this. So there you go. Okay, so what we can do at this point is we can do...
Is that too light?
No, it's really wonderful. You can do houses and palm trees on both sides, or we can do a date orchard on one side and the city on the other side, which would be a little bit more historically correct.
Okay.
So to do the date palms, I would just do like a whole row . Actually, I think I'll make these longer. Make sure you leave room for the tops, okay? beautiful. I wouldn't make them so spiky. That's a little bit too much. Just do it a little bit less, just so that it's a very kind of mild look.
Yeah, I see palm trees are, I mean, they're kind of spiky like this. The one in the front yard is.
Yeah, it is. You're right. So this story is about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and one of his companions named Salman al-Farsi. And Salman was a Persian, and he and his family were fire worshippers. And his father loved him very much and wouldn't ever let him leave the house. But one day, his father was busy on his piece of land. He had a sprawling estate.
Because he was the chief of the war.
He was the chief, and so he was very wealthy. And he had some work on his orchard and asked his son Salman to go out and do take care of some of the affairs in the city. And while he was out, he walked by a church, and he heard the Christians praying inside, and he was curious and intrigued at what they were saying. He was moved.
What did it say?
I would use this color instead. The turquoise is not probably appropriate for the desert plants, maybe more for like tropical. I don't know their prayers, what they were saying, but he was intrigued by them and wanted to find out more, and so he stayed there the whole day. And when he went home, he told his father what he had learned, and he told his father that the Christian religion was better than theirs. And his father grew very angry and chained Salman to the house, would not let him leave. And Salman was very saddened by this, and so he sent word to the church, to the Christians, and asked, like,
through
his servant or somebody, yeah. And he asked them, like, if they ever knew of a caravan that was going to Syria, Bilad Sham, to let him know, because he wanted to go to Syria, because Syria is the birthplace of the Christian religion. Not Syria, I'm sorry. Bilad Sham, which includes Syria and Jordan and Jerusalem, is the birthplace of Christianity. So he wanted to go to that area and study with the people in that area. So he escaped and he went to study with...
But what about his dad?
His dad was probably sad and angry that he left, but, he left. And so, once he got there, he studied with the bishop, and over the course of his lifetime, he met good Christians and Christians who were corrupt. And one bishop that he met told him of the coming of the last prophet, and that was going to be in the area of Arabia known for its date groves. And so he wanted to go to Arabia, and he met some Arabs in the area that he was at. I'm not sure which area he was at this point. And he asked the Arabs he would pay all the money that he had, but he wanted to go to Arabia. And are you ready to draw your houses?
I am drawing my houses.
All right. And so he gave them all their money, but when they arrived at a place called Wadi Qura, I believe was the name of the place, the caravan, the leaders, beautiful, betrayed him and sold him into slavery to a Jewish man who later sold him to his nephew who lived in Medina, in Yathrib at the time. from the tribe of Banu Qurayza. And so he ended up in Yathrib, which is exactly the place that was foretold that the prophet was going to come, but he was a slave. And so he was there for a long time, but by the time he was there, the Prophet ﷺ was just beginning his message, just beginning to spread the message of Islam. And that was in Mecca. And because Salman was busy with his chores and duties as a slave, he was unable to know this information that the Prophet ﷺ was in Mecca. But eventually the Prophet ﷺ migrated. And one day, Salman al-Farsi was at the top of a date palm, probably harvesting some dates, and his master was below him on the ground, and the master was speaking with a man, his nephew, and his nephew said, we need to go to war against the Aus and the Hajraj. They are the tribes that are in Yathrib at the time, because they have accepted the prophet. Like, the prophet is coming, and they have accepted him. And they were very upset that that those tribes had betrayed, they just were upset that the Prophet ﷺ was coming. And so Salman al-Farsi was at the top of the tree when he heard this information, and he nearly fell down. He all of a sudden got very hot, like, oh my gosh, this is the prophet that I've been waiting for all my life. And his body got
green, because I have a solid green. Yeah,
I have one too. His body got really hot, and then all of a sudden he had the shivers, and he was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, this is the prophet coming. And so he nearly fell down from the date palm, and finally he got down, and he looked at the master's nephew, and he was like looking at him and looking right in his face and saying, tell me the news, tell me again, who is here? And the master was so angry at Salman for talking to his nephew, like, who are you? You're a slave, you're not allowed to do that. And he whacked him really hard. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. And so the Salman al-Farsi decided that he wanted to make sure that this was indeed the prophet. And one of the bishops had told him of sort of like a test, because the Prophet ﷺ was a very righteous man and would not take charity. Because remember, Salman had worked with some of the bishops who had stolen the charity, remember, and kept it for themselves. And then, he had exposed those bishops. When he died, he had exposed him to the Christians, and the Christians were very angry at him. Excuse me?
Can I make a whale?
A whale?
Yeah.
Oh, a well?
Yeah.
A well, yes. A whale, no, but a well, yes. And so he came to the prophet as soon as he could. He came to Quba. This is the area right outside of Yathrib, which was later called Medina. And he brought him some dates that were for charity. And he told the Prophet ﷺ that these dates were for charity. He heard that there were some Muslims in need, and so he brought dates. And then he observed the Prophet. And the Prophet handed the dates out to his companions, but he did not touch any of the dates. Later, when the Prophet ﷺ had gotten into Medina, he came back with another tray of dates and said, I noticed that the last time I gave you dates, you didn't eat from any of them. So this is a gift for you. I brought you dates as a gift. And so he observed the Prophet, and the Prophet ﷺ, thank you, ate some of the dates and offered the dates to his companions. Like, he called his companions to join in having the dates. He ate a couple of them, or one or a few, I'm not sure how many, but he ate from the dates, and then he also had his companions eat from the dates. And so then the Salman knew that this was indeed the prophet. And so after that, he was still a slave. Yeah, beautiful. He was still a slave, and so you can wait for a second, sweetheart, because I'll tell you the rest of the story. So he was still a slave, and so he wasn't able to join in some of the battles that happened earlier on with the Muslims, and that really kind of saddened him. So after 4 years of he had been a slave for many years, but 4 years of being a slave, and after the Prophet ﷺ arrived, he went to the Prophet ﷺ to seek help so that he could be freed from slavery, and he found out that the amount of money that his master was going to want was 40 ounces of gold and to plant 300 date palms. And so the Prophet ﷺ called on his companions and asked whoever could bring some date shoots, to bring them. And some people brought 10 or 20 or 30, and in this way they ended up with the whole 300. So the Prophet ﷺ told Salman al-Farsi to dig the holes for all 300 date palms, and that he himself, the Prophet ﷺ himself, would plant all of the date palms. And so, and then he needed 40 ounces of gold. And the Prophet ﷺ had just been given in charity a lump of gold.
But does he not take charity?
Yeah, he distributes it. So he had just been given a lump of gold, like just a chunk of gold from one of the mines. And so the Prophet ﷺ handed the gold to Salman and said, go get your freedom. And so after he planted all the 300 trees and handed the gold over to his master, he was finally free. There's more to the story, but we've already covered that, so we can go ahead and flip this over.
Why should be in yellow?
Sure, that's a great idea. We haven't done yellow.
Yeah, we have. And wait, no, we haven't.
Oh, okay. So for Y, now I know that there's a couple different ways to write Y, and I'm gonna
go like this and up. You can go like this.
Well, we start from the top down. So but before you draw, I want you to trace it with your finger. We're gonna draw what looks like a V. Okay, and it's going to end kind of mid-air, and then it's going to go down. Okay. But so there's many different ways, but I'm going to show you this way. Okay, so you're going to go straight down like this.
It got onto here.
That's okay. That's okay. So this is very hard to see. Straight down like this.
And then lowercase is basically like this.
Okay, so sweetheart, in the future, baby cakes, we're not going to do it that way, baby. This is a little bit too small and too high, okay? So it needs to be almost like halfway for the V. So we'll practice in the handwriting. Now for the lowercase y, we have a couple of choices. We can do this one that's smaller, or we can do the one that has more of like a rounded end, and I think you want to do that one. So I'm going to stick that one right here, because if you want to do that other one, it'll be down here, it'll be below the page. So I'm going to show you how to do that other one, even though it's not the right size and scale for this, but you can go ahead and write like that. And I'm just going to go over this.
I'll write the other one.
That's okay, you can write like this. I'm going to go over this so that it's easier to see if anybody else is following along. Do you want to start with your finger and trace it? Okay, beautiful. All right, so let's put this aside. Actually, let me flip this over for 1 second. May I borrow this? Oh, do you want to go over it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Ilya didn't show, so I can do it again in this color.
Okay. Well, not too much more. Yeah. Maybe not go all the way down. Maybe go. Yep. Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay. We are going to have some practice in the other.
Are we just doing Y's? What are we doing?
Well, we're going to practice a couple of words, and we are going to practice some.
How about
I don't actually. have the word for you. I don't want you to be writing Yathrib because Yathrib is an Arabic word that's spelled in English.
So how about I pick
so you can
four words and then I do Y.
But do you want to pick a word? Let's go over some words that we can pick in that start with Y. So I have a couple of choices for you. So the first word is yes. And yes.
Sure, yes is so small.
Because.
Yeah. I know how to spell yes.
How do you spell yes?
Y. And there's an E in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an S in it. Y-S-E.
Y-E-S, very good. Y-E-S.
Y-E-S, oh.
Yeah. So yes, and
Yarn.
I think yearn, because the Salman yearned to be with the Prophet.
You mean warned?
It's like learn. Let me see if I can find the letters for yearn. I you know, it's yearn, because he yearned to be with the Prophet. Excuse me. And he was there in the city, but he was not free yet. He was still a slave. So he needed to have his freedom, but he wasn't free yet. So I have yet, yes, and yearn. So let me go ahead and help you with these letters. Can you come here, my love?
So we can do 4 things.
I'm gonna put it on this side, okay? Can you sit up so you can see how we're gonna write the Y? You know what? I'm gonna have to get you another one because it needs to be sharpened. It's making it a little bit hard to write, actually.
Sharpen it.
I'll go sharpen it for you. I'll start with this one first.
So much lead.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. I'll do it in a second. Okay, so we have the capital Y like this. And then we have our lowercase y taking up this area right here, because remember this is the line, okay? And then the lower part of the Y goes below the line. I'm gonna have you practice this, and I'm gonna go sharpen this pencil. I'll be right back. Can you sit up a little bit? Very nice. And here's the new pencil. This might be easier. It's a little bit thicker.
That doesn't.
So what I'd like you to try doing is going down this way and down this way, okay? Rather than going up like this.
I didn't go up.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I want you to try going like this. There's a couple different ways that you can form these letters. How about like this? Can you pay attention for a minute, please? This way, and this way.
That's what I did.
You did it a little bit different than that. Okay, beautiful.
Do that again.
because this is a little bit small. The papers, the lines are a little bit small. I can see that it's a little bit challenging to do that.
Why not make a circle?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Can I write you the other words, please? So we're gonna work on the word yet and do you want to use this one?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
And what does that spell?
Yearn.
This, wait, no, that.
Yearn.
But this doesn't.
Yes and yet. We'll start with these two words.
Yes, yet.
Finger space in the future. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm only just going to have you choose 2 more words from our previous lesson that you want to write. And we have quite a few of them. So let me just scroll back here for a minute. We have tree, snake, water, wind, wave.
I'll pick that one.
Wave, okay.
That one.
Water, wave and wind. Okay. Okay, here you go. I do want you to practice your uppercase and lowercase y as well.
That one, and that one, and that one.
They're looking really good. They're looking really good, sweetheart.
That made blue.
I think you might have forgotten a letter.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to write it for me one more time?
Sure.
Thanks. Alright, so if you'd like to see any of the other lessons in this Islamic Waldorf-inspired main lesson block, you can tap on the screen right now. If you want more information about this curriculum that I've developed, you can find that on my website at pepperandpine.com. And if you are interested in seeing how our homeschool is progressing on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram at pepperandpine.